Okay, believe it or not, I had this whole entire script that I was gonna read, and then I was like, oh, time. And I was just sitting here, and I wanted to record another video, so I'm like, you know what? We'll do this a cappella. That is not what that means. But we're so I watched Hobbs and Shaw like weeks ago, and I saw that movie, and I was just like dumbfounded. Like, ooh, why did something just hurt. Weird life of living. Oh my god. Why does that hurt? Okay, we're just gonna go along. Like, I don't have IBS, and I don't have weird chronic gastritis. Um, but, what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, I watched Hobbs and Shaw, and I was expecting so much more, and that's my problem. I have expectations. No, I'm kidding. This movie just felt, it felt like it was written by a 12-year-old, 10-year-old. 12-year-olds can make better comebacks. 10-year-old. The comebacks between both of these men were just like, huh? What? And like, I am a stupid laugh type of person. Like, if there's stupid on the screen and it's stupid laugh comedy, I will laugh. But this comedy was so bad that I just sat there like what I remember from Fast and Furious, and there's like a lot of films, so I might not remember clearly. These two guys were like badass, killing people. Well, not Hobbs didn't kill people. He was one of the good guys, but he was like a tough macho, like. Ugh. And in this movie, he was just The Rock, and I noticed The Rock plays The Rock in all his movies, and the difference was in the Fast and Furious franchise, he didn't play The Rock that much. He was very much like a tough, like, you know, this is right until his crew got killed, and then he was like, okay, I'm gonna change a little bit, but he was very like, and then Hobbs and Shaw, he was very much, I was watching The Rock and Jason just buddying up, like I was watching a buddy cop movie that I did not sign up for, and the whole, like, in my mind, from what I remember, Shaw's character is like evil, is like bad, and that's why even his brother is bad, and then his brother dies, and then are we going to forget that Shaw murdered Gal Gadot's boyfriend? Are we going to forget that? Because he did kill her. Him. Gal Gadot died in that movie. Anyways, wow, I seem insane. Like, my mom. And I'm not going to edit this, so I'm genuinely going to see, genuinely gonna seem insane. Sorry, I do that sometimes. Like, sometimes I say a word, and until I feel like I say it correctly, I will repeat it. I don't know what that is. Anyways, back to Hobbs and Shaw. So they tried to make Shaw into like a good guy, and like change his backstory of like him and Idris Elba. They were pals and they were good guys, even though his mom was in prison and his brother was evil. They're good guys. It happens. And then he gets, you know, framed, and then he goes rogue, and then he kills innocent people, but it's not his fault because he was betrayed. And it was just like, why? Why not leave him as a bad guy? You know, people think that if you're a bad guy, you're just this evil villain and you have no character, and it's like, or no personality, and it's like, I remember what movie is it? Oh, it's Guardian of the Galaxies, when when Star-Lord is like, you know, I'm saving the planet because I'm one of the idiots who lives on it, and like that could have been, you know, Shaw's approach. He'd be like, well, dude, of course I'm gonna do this because, you know, I live here. And like, yeah, okay, they place his sister, and I've been like, okay, I understand his motivations, cool. Just swallowed air. I'm dying. I'm gonna end up having to edit this video a little bit because no one's gonna see me just choke out of a lung. And the bickering between The Rock and Shaw's was just so infuriating. Like, it was just like, please stop. Like, it does nothing to the plot. Oh my god, and when Kevin Hart came out, I was like, because Kevin Hart also plays Kevin Hart in all his movies. It's just a little bit of a tweak, but he's literally the same character in all his movies. And it's just like, when will I stop seeing The Rock and Kevin Hart in a movie? And this whole, like, I don't, it was just so, like, they try to play it off, like, obviously they're, like, characters from the Fast and Furious franchise, but they were trying to play it off, like, cars, explosion, and it really wasn't, like, at the end, there was, like, one, and, like, yeah, there was a cool car chase, but it just felt so, like, they could have literally done different characters with, like, the same type of personality and just given them another name, and that would have been way better than trying to, like, to connect it with the Fast and Furious, because they don't mention literally any character from the Fast and Furious franchise. None. They just, they say, like, oh, we had a job together in New York, or oh, we had a job together in, like, Brazil or whatever. But they don't say anything else. Nothing about the franchise. Not about anyone. So it's like, why put the Fast and Furious? And oh my god, in the last part when The Rock is saying, like, this is family, family's important, and then Shaw is like, he's my brother, and I'm like, you idiots, what, like, one, family is, like, very much a Toretto thing, like, it's his slogan, it's his thing, and for The Rock to be like, we're just gonna put the same speech, it felt so disingenuous, it felt so, like, what, and then with Shaw being like, family, he's my brother, like, this man murdered people. He did not care. He was like, I'm a bad guy. And now he's like, I'm buddy-buddy with The Rock. And I was like, I did like his sister. I do not remember her name. And unfortunately, I don't remember the actress's name. But I loved her character. Her character was feisty. Her character had depth. And she just wasn't someone who was just walking around doing whatever. She had lines that had nothing to do with the men. And I know you're probably rolling your eyes being like, what does that have to do? There's a lot of movies where the girls are there just to be pretty. And, like, sometimes I don't mind them, but sometimes it's like, put more characters as well. Like, you can have a pretty character, but add other characters. Because it's like, I want to, relate, understand. And I liked her. It was really nice. I have no critique of her. Oh, Helen Mirren, like, no critique either. Loved her for this probably 3 minutes that she was on the movie. But, and Ryan Reynolds is another person that literally just plays Ryan Reynolds in his movies. That's just who he is. And it works out wonderful for him. But it was such a weird, like, I didn't know what I was watching. I was like, is this supposed to be a serious movie? But then, like, 5 minutes in, I was like, this is not a serious movie. But then they're like, family and abandonment and things and romance and this movie was not good. That's just what I'm gonna say. It was not good. It was not entertaining. It was not good. I would not rewatch it. And I watch shitty movies. I love watching shitty movies. They are the entertainment of my life. Like, I love them because if they're so dumb, they're entertaining. But this movie just was not that. Like I said, the dialogue, horrible. Like, the jabs between them felt like I said, 10-year-olds. It felt like it was The Rock talking. It wasn't Hobbs, and the whole, like, trying to redeem Shaw and make him a good guy, and, like, he did no bad, and, he was set up, and it's like, you're gonna ignore that he murdered a bunch of people, and he murdered, I don't remember his name. Like, picture here. No, but I don't remember his name. But he murdered Gal Gadot's boyfriend. Anyways, I'm so sad about that. I'm still pissed about that. But anyways, like I said, this movie, not great, not good. Don't recommend it. And I know it came out, like, weeks ago, and I was about to say bombed, but that's, no, contrary to bombed. It, like, did really well in, like, the Chinese market. And so they won everything with that. Because obviously with having that large demographic, like the movie, they've made, like, triple what they spent on the movie. And that's bad, because then that means they're gonna get another movie. And I don't want to see Kevin Hart. in The Rock being Kevin Hart in The Rock. It's like in Jumanji, he was just The Rock and he was just Kevin Hart. That was them, and like it's working well for The Rock because like he's like the highest paid actor at the moment. And I don't want people to think that I'm like hating on him for playing The Rock because I just said that Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds. I don't have anything against him playing The Rock, but if his character already existed in another universe, in the same universe, and he was a different character, and then they suddenly evolve him to be Kevin Rock, Kevin Rock, to evolve to be The Rock, it's kind of like, why? You know? One thing is if we had never met Hobbs and he's just like that, and you're like, oh, okay, he's The Rock, but, you know. Another thing is that they show him to be super, like, blah, 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 and then to be like, it was just like, why? Why? And there's some scenes that were just, I don't know. Like Ryan Reynolds and The Rock's daughter, I liked that. It was nice. It was funny. But no. That's the bad thing about movies that like do really well. Like in like let's say in large parts of the world like China that has like a huge demographic, is that it's like it's like the percentage of getting another movie made is very likely. And I think The Rock is a producer and Jason Statham is a producer, so the probability of another movie is and I was so sad because I was like, even though the dialogue isn't good, we'll see cars racing, we'll see like fight scenes, and like there was, but there wasn't, and it was just like, and there's a part where The Rock has like it's like, I'm gonna call it a kilt, but it's probably not a kilt, and he's shirtless, and out of nowhere, he runs and he throws on a shirt, and then he has pants on, and I'm like, okay, well maybe he has his pants underneath. But just the logistics of like, why would you like, why, you know, why? And this whole like family's family, but I gotta stop because I feel the longest video of me just hating on Hobbs and Shaw for 13 minutes straight. So yeah, did not like it, did not enjoy it. Pretty sad as I really wanted to. But it is what it is, so